During the late Middle Ages, court life became more stable. Wealthy nobility were looking for ways to be entertained during the long evening hours. Poets and composers began writing songs. Some of these poets were noble men and women, and they were called troubadours, trouvères, or minnesingers, dependent upon where they were from. They would sometimes sing the songs they composed, or sometimes a professional musician called a jongleur might sing them. The songs were frequently composed in a language called Provençal, which is a mix of Old French and Old Spanish. These are not the same as modern-day French or Spanish. The troubadours would compose songs about the Crusades, songs in praise of beautiful ladies, songs which were laments for dead princes who had died in battle, and songs about love. Some of these love songs took on interesting formats. One was called an alba. An alba was frequently sung from the perspective of a lookout. This lookout was keeping watch for his friends while his friend spent the evening with a lady who was not his wife. The lookout would warn the friend when the sun was coming up and the rest of the castle started to wake up. This was generally a risque kind of song, which was meant to be humorous. Another type of love song was called a pastoral, but this was a love song that was about unsuccessful love. It was usually a story about a knight who tried to woo a farm girl on her way to market. As he was a knight up on his horse in all of his splendor, he assumed that the farm girl would fall into his arms. Usually the farm girl tells him to get lost. So as you can see, this is also a humorous song. Sometimes the love songs were about being scorned in love, and were used to complain about the person who had hurt the composer. We don't really know what these songs sounded like because we don't have recordings from 1,000 years ago. But mostly, they had repeated melodies, which were sometimes sung a cappella, and sometimes sung with a simple chordal or drone-like accompaniment from the harp or lute.
Created using Powtoon.